Domo, Raidoと申します. Hey everyone, I'm Light and welcome. We are learning Japanese kanji. This is Kanji Café Book 1. Great news, Kanji Café Book 2 is now in progress and full progress, by the way. I received so much support and emails that I have to kind of I'm just gonna say work really hard on Book 2. And I got an email that man in his 80s completed this in a few hours, and that's exceptional. That's the point of the book or the course. Do it quickly and memorize it. So if you want this in the description, you can get the PDF files and Anki files in one set. You can also, the other option is get the spiral book in the description, or you can actually just get it for free in this playlist I'm busy with now. And in this playlist, I'm busy with Kanji 181. So thank you so much for your support, and let's continue this series. Good. 181. We have cow, cattle. So I'm covering 20 per video, and this mnemonic reads. So we have 2. We have also here looks like noon. And at the top, it's kind of giving you hints and new mnemonics, and at the bottom it's giving you 1 or 2 mnemonics for this kanji. And you want to look at the radical is cow, right? This is the radical, and you can just look at it. You don't have to memorize the radical or the on or kunyomi. And here's the stroke order, and it's pretty neat if you want to practice for better memorization. And the mnemonic reads, I'll read and you can just look at the kanji, right? So 2, 1, 2, with small head, the upper left, with 1 line in the center. So 1 cow, that is. Now it's saying that this is the head, this is the body, and we have 1 cow. Or if you want to memorize the other mnemonic, using the other mnemonic, you say 1 line to cut the cow. If you're not, this is not a violent book, but, many people eat meat. If you prefer that, a line indicates you're kind of cutting the cow. Next, we have reason, and on the left we have king. And we already covered the mnemonics for all the parts in the previous kanji. So you might want to go back if you don't understand, or just finish the 20 and you'll know a lot more. The right we have village. So the mnemonic for village is a village is full of rice fields. So this is the rice field at the top, and we have the ground over here, tsuchi. As you can see, a village is full of rice fields and ground. Now you want to combine the two and say, how do you get reason? What's the reason for having a king in the village? Easy. Next, use, this is even easier. We have ki in katakana standing up, straight, and we have an upside down box over here with a curly left side. Now, the mnemonic reads, standing ki carries upside down box to use it. Very simple. We have a picture over here, and this might seem confusing, but it's pretty obvious. If you look at the mnemonic, it's saying 1 over here, we have a field, a rice field over there, and they're connected. So also this bottom part. Now the mnemonic says that you take a picture of Mr. T. There's a T working in the rice field, or the field over here. Then you framed the bottom half. That's it. We have order. How do you memorize that? And we have a whip at the top. We have rice just below that. We have a rice paddy, and we call this at the top whipped rice. So you whip the rice, literally. Now, whip the rice and order it to grow on the field. Whipping the rice, order it to grow on the field. Good. That's 5. If you can do 5 every day, insane. Some people just sit and cover the whole book. I personally don't do that or recommend that for beginners, but it's very simple. Whatever works for you. Next, we have 186. If you want to do 10 kanji per day, let's continue. We have straight. Now, we have 10 at the top. We have eyes over here. And at the bottom, what is this? It looks like an L. So, straight. The mnemonic reads 10 eyes straight on the scale. Now you can see in the scale there's a big L. That's what it stands for, right? 10 eyes on the scale, and they're straight. They have to be straight. Next we have arrow, dart. So we try to target the first English meaning. Gun at the top, big, very easy mnemonics for those. Now how do you fuse the gun and the big? We say a big gun is also able to shoot an arrow. You can see this as a crossbow. Next we have to know and wisdom. Left side we have arrow, just covered arrow. Isn't that lovely? Now arrow and mouth. Someone puts an arrow to your mouth to know your wisdom. Good. Shrine, company, office. Now, sometimes I will include 2 meanings, like here, shrine company, because it's really important to know both, because they have many different meanings. And if it's difficult, I will also kind of make a note over here, if it's important to know or not, but for now, shrine company, we are going to learn that very quickly. At the left, we have altar or display. So it's a ne in katakana, right? And ne is a spirit offering gifts and sacrifices at altar. See this as a spirit offering gifts and sacrifices at altar. And we have ground over here on the right. How do you get shrine company? We say altar on the left. We label this as altar. Altar on ground is running a shrine company. Or even easier, number 2 is ne is a ground spirit working at shrine company. Can see this as someone walking to the ground. Oh, it's a shrine company over there. And that's pretty easy. And if you only can remember this is altar, going forward, you're gonna memorize so much kanji from here on forward. Next we have subject. So on the left we have the whip, we have the tree, and if you combine that, it's grain. So whip the tree for grain, and that's actually how it is over here. On the right we have measure. So measure 2 grains with a plus ruler, and that's how you can memorize that. The mnemonic reads, today's subject is on grain measuring. Very simple. Let's go for the next 5, 50, I almost said 150 kanji. 15 kanji, if you can do that every day with revision work on your phone with the Anki Decks or just reading. Let's go. Full autumn, the season. Very easy kanji, and I can see why it's like this. Grain on the left, we have fire on the right. Now, you already know that, like fire, the color is red. If you say full autumn, it's just all those beautiful leaf colors. So the grain on the left, the grain burned with fire, turned red in autumn. Or they fall from trees, if you prefer that. And it's all written over here. Next we have answer. So at the bottom we have a new mnemonic. So fit, to fit something. So only one mouth fits under the roof. And it's written over there. and we also have bamboo at the top. If you memorize bamboo, but in this case, this is the radical. You can see it's literally cut off, and the bottom is cut off, right? So the mnemonic reads, fitting bamboos is the answer. Good. Calculate. Again, we have bamboo at the top, these two. We have eyes, and we have hands, or it may mean 20. So it looks like dancing legs over here, and 2 hands, 1, 2, both sides, sticking out. Or to memorize 20, it looks like a 20-year-old dancer. 20-year-olds dance like this, and with legs left kicking out over here. Everything is written over here at the top, and to memorize this, you say, calculating the number of bamboos with eyes and hands while dancing, kicking out. Rice or USA. Now, every country's got its own kanji, if you didn't know that. But, for example, here you can say, see over here, Bekok. And, but yeah, that's not the lesson. The lesson is, how do you memorize this? We say the tree over here with rice falling out both sides. Very simple. Paper, this is even simpler. Paper on the left, and a clan. When I see this, I think of clan. And how do you memorize that? You say inverted pointy na in katakana, right? Holds a broken stick over here, writing on the ground, over here there's the line, to show the clan the plan. Okay? That's it, clan. You want to show the clan the plan with a broken stick. Now we have thread and clan. And to get to paper, you say a string or thread used by clan to bind the paper. Next 5, let's go for 20. We're almost there. Perseverance. Keizoku wa chikara nari is power. Perseverance is power. We have thin. This is a beautiful, easy mnemonic. We have thread, string on the left, and we have a rice field. The mnemonic reads, as thin as a thread after working in rice field. You're as thin as a thread after you've worked in the rice field. Next, we have at the left again a thread. Did you notice the pattern? So thread, 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 and that must be the radical. Now, thread, and we have eyes over here and 1. If you combine the eyes at the top and the 1, then it looks like a top hat. So it looks like a top hat. This, right? Mnemonic reads, well, to say organize. So organize your thread in top hat. Very easy. Picture. Before covering the next kanji, I just want to go back quickly. You can see this kanji 184. It's saying picture, drawing. Now, if you read the 6 vocabulary, screen, video, manga, movie, theater, plan. So remember, picture, drawing. Now, the next kanji over here, it's saying picture, drawing, painting, sketch. And it's the same, but it's also different. For example, if you want to use the kanji for look, you can look, but you can also change it for a more deliberate, like if you're deliberately looking or watching something, you can change the kanji. So just keep that in mind while you go forward, that there may be similar kind of meanings, mnemonics, but at the end, you just want to do a little bit of reading every day. Not just this book, really. You want to every day read and see how these mnemonics and kanji fit into an actual story or setting. Good. Now we have picture on the left, a thread, and to meet on the right side. A thread of people meet for a picture. Very good. Next we have line. So line, we have a thread again, and white, water. If you have white water, it makes a fountain or a spring. And how you make that mnemonic is you say white water is visible when looking at a fountain. Isn't that true? If you see these water fountains, you push the button, water comes out and it looks white. And the mnemonic reads a thread, fountain, falling down looks like a line. If you push that button, you see a line. Good. Next we have feathers. Now this looks like the N in katakana, and if you look at, it's kind of, let's say, the body over here. So they clap hands. So it's like two arms opening and clapping here and here, clapping, clapping. And the mnemonic reads feathered wings, clapping, or you say clapping feathers. So clap. These two clap like this, like so. So clapping feathers. And that is how you memorize it. So 20 kanji, if you can do 5 every day while you read a bit, that's great studies for every single day. I would say 5 minutes a day Kanji Cafe, a minute each, and if you want to improve the memorization method, you can just write it out following the stroke order. The next movie or the video will come very soon, as well as Kanji Cafe Book 2, doing my best with the mnemonics. See you in the next video. Mata ne. Bye bye.